Good morning, y'all. Good morning. We're just getting things kicked off right now, guys, waiting for people to join. Megapickles. $7 a.m. God damn. The world is just waking up. Good morning. Good. Let's see. These live streams have been pretty good, man. I've been really happy with how they're working out. Does anybody here also do live streaming? What have your guys' experience been for live streaming? What do you use to live stream anyways? Webcams or actual proper cameras? YouTube connected to chat. All right, we're in business. TikTok always takes a second to connect. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Same thing as usual. You already know how we start these things off. Do we just get right into the questions as soon as they start coming in? What are we at? 4 viewers, 4 glorious viewers. Good morning, you guys. Good morning, Vietnam. You know, I never seen that movie. I know that it's what's his name? Robin Williams, but I never actually saw that movie. Are you Filipino? I am not Filipino. I am from planet Earth. I am human. Okay, so some things that I wanted to do. These are some notes while we get people. Full Metal Jacket. It wasn't Full Metal Jacket. Maybe it was. It might have been, actually. It might have been, but I think Robin Williams was like a radio host, or like he had like some sort of radio, and that's how he started his show. He's like, "Good morning, Vietnam," or something like that. And R5 Mark II or Sony 5R. Ooh, probably the R5 Mark II for sure. What do you think about the Nikon ZR? Nikon ZR is 3 viewers over on YouTube land. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. How are you? If you guys are brand new from YouTube and you're just stopping in, the way that this works is you let me know if you have any questions about any cameras that you're thinking about purchasing, and we'll work it out together. I'll give you my opinions on it. You just got to let me know what your budget is, what cameras you're already thinking about, and also what you plan to use the cameras for. Film is the way to go. Film's expensive. The Nikon ZR, Bernard is fire though, bro. The Nikon ZR is pretty impressive, dude. I've been looking at that camera a lot. Have you held it yet? I one of the things that I like to do, guys, is I like to go to the camera store because I spend a lot of money there. And I like to actually hold the floor models, but the Nikon ZR is pretty impressive. The one thing I can say about the Nikon ZR though, if I'm being honest, is that the problems that I see with it are the body style. This right here, having absolutely zero grip, is a problem. Everything else about the camera though is spectacular. And the way that you get over the build thing is that you're gonna turn it into something like this. You're gonna buy you're gonna buy something that adds grip to it. You're gonna fully rig it out into a whole system and stuff like that. But I think that Nikon could have done better than this. Whatever the hell this is an issue. It is an issue. I did start a poll over on the YouTube way, guys. If you're hanging out on YouTube, feel free to jump into that poll over there. I just asked what your camera budget is, and I set 4 points. I said, if your budget is under 1K, 1,500, 2,000, or plus 3,000, go ahead and feel free to jump into the poll. I know that you guys in the morning over in YouTube, you guys are a little shy. It's okay to be shy. Let's see. I'm gonna start streaming, and I bought the A7R III. Is good for 2026 for starting an architecture student. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I'm getting a Canon R7 with a 72. Nice, dude. That's a monster combo, bro. Opinions. Bro, you cap is nice. What you get contrast settings. My cap is nice. I got a Sony 67 late last year, but I wish I saved a little to get the FX30. That happens, broski. That happens, Joe. Listen, your 6700 though is a beast of a camera though, so don't feel too unless you're really, Joe, what is it that about the FX30 that you wish that the 6700 has? Like, what bottleneck are you facing, right? Or is it just like deer acquisition syndrome? You know what I mean? Because the 6700, bro, you got a camera that people dream about owning, bro. You know what I mean? What up, Renzo? What up? What up? Javier Montano, how are you? I'm gonna start streaming and I bought a 61. Is that hell yeah, dude? Hook that motherfucker up, bro. Do you have everything you need to get started streaming, man? Like a capture card and all that stuff? These are the capture cards that I recommend, guys. These little, actually, I have my little top-down shot. I like Camlink and Elgato products. There are cheaper options, but these are the ones that I trust. This is just an extra one that I have. For my actual rig that I'm using right now, I'm using something a little bit, something that hooks up directly to the PCIe lane in my computer. Opinions on the Sony 6100. It's a you know, budget camera. How much is the 6100 anyways? It's something to get started with. It's something to get started with. Yeah, 848, dude. I think it's a little expensive, to be honest. I'd rather get a Canon R50. 4K 30. Okay, 4K 30. There you go. Full HD, 11 FPS. Yeah, the thing with these Sony cameras, though, truthfully, guys, is that the Sony has the E-mount, and like the E-mount is has a lot of lens options, which is the main attraction, in my opinion, to Sony. Does it have great autofocus and good low light? Oh, that's yeah, of course. But I think the main attraction to it is the E-mount, which is kind of cool. Thinking of starting photography journey, A7R3. What are your thoughts? A7R3, do it, man. Misa, oh yeah. YouTube, quiet over on YouTube. What up, YouTube? Good morning, guys. Wake up, wake up. We got one vote over there. Let's see. Opinions on the 61. Yeah, to be fair, I love it. Yeah, Joe, it's great, bro. It's a great camera for sure. Should I buy the Fujifilm XE1? If you want to. What's stopping you from buying it? P-Min H. Bought an A7 III and an 85mm. Is it worth it? It is worth it. Yeah, 85mm is a little tight for everyday use, in my opinion. A little tight in my opinion, but for like everyday use, I like an 85 for like portraits and stuff. Should I buy an FX3? If you don't already own an FX3 this year, it's kind of tough for me to recommend, not because it's a bad camera or anything like that, but because I think that the FX3 Mark II should be coming out soon, or the second version of it, whatever they'll call it. On the Sony, should I record an S-Log 2 or S-Log 3? Does it have S-Log 2 or 3? I don't know the differences, to be honest. I don't do a lot of filming and log footage just because I like standard color profiles. And my type of work doesn't really require me to have a lot of customization in my color grade. Like right now, when you guys are watching me on TikTok, this is right out of camera. There is no color or anything added to this. This is just standard profile. Standard, not normal profile, but I think they're the same. Looking to purchase a Sony 67. Any thoughts about this camera? Oh, yeah, hell yeah, dude. Mr. BKSL. We have somebody in the chat that already owns a 6700. It's a great camera, dude. Besides the FX30, the 6700 is the best crop sensor camera that's available from Sony right now, so you can't go wrong with it. Is the Sony 6400 still good in 2026 personal use? Yes, it is. It's expensive though. So it's $1,000. Is it 1,000? I think it might be more now, right? I think it's like 1,100 or 1,200. A 6,400. Yeah, it's $1,100 now. It went up in price. Hey man, I have a question. I want a hybrid camera that's budget able because I do content for cars. Sick, bro. What's your budget? What is your budget, broski? Yeah, let me know what your budget is. Alarm that just turned on. PP7 is S-Log 2, I think. Yeah, I would try both of them, man. If you have the camera in hand, bro, just film the exact same scene in both log formats. Excuse me. Put it into an editor and see for yourself, man. Here's one thing that always kind of, I don't want to say irks me, but like is that has never really made sense to me is like, if you're asking a question about a camera that you actually own and you're asking about a feature of it, use it. Do it. You know what I mean? Like the footage is free. You know what I mean? If you already have the camera, I would set up a tripod in a scene with a practical light, kind of like this. And I would set it up there and I would film a little intro or something like that, or something very simple in one log format, film it in the other, bring both of those into an editing software and play around with the footage and see what it does and see what you like. There are differences in log formats though. How many lights you running right now? 2 chili. Good question. Actually, I did the other day 2 chili. I wanted to show you. I'm kind of proud of it. It's nothing too impressive, but I'm proud of it. I did a little mock-up of my room here so that you guys can see all of the lights that I'm running. So this is my room right now. This is my chair, what I'm currently sitting. I have 2. Oh, you know what? I'll draw in 2 cameras right here and I'll show you where my cameras are. But I have one light here. That's this guy right here. I have it turned on right now. And then this light that's on this other side is turned off. But I do have my big key light, which is this guy here. And then I have this light here that's pointing up to the wall that's giving us that pattern right there. And then this is this tube light that's right here. And then this light is turned off right now. I kind of like it with off in the morning. And then this light back here is that big guy back there. And this is pretty much what the scene looks like. I'm running 2 cameras right now, guys. The Canon R50 on a 16mm f1.4 lens. And right here on TikTok, I'm showing a 23mm with an R10. And these are the cameras that I am currently utilizing right now. All of these guys, all of these things are linked in my bio, in my storefront. And if you're on TikTok, you can find my link in my link in bio. My storefront is there. And then if you're on Amazon and you're interested in any of the things that I'm actually using, you can find my stuff, the first link in the description. And here I have everything categorized from my YouTube setup to all of the cameras that I own. I own about 95% of the things that are on this list. The other 5% are things that I've sold, that I've gotten rid of, not because they were bad, but just because I don't need to have them anymore and they were just collecting dust. Every single one of the lenses that I recommend and that I personally own, all of the cameras, lens filters, accessories, SD cards, yada, 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 everything. Yep, everything is listed right there. Best entry level camera for landscape and travel under 1,000. The R50. The R50 for sure. Akshay Kumar. Hi, I'm thinking about buying a Lumix S9, but for filming, but want to do street photography, Fuji Filmish. The S9 is probably perfect for that, Jimmy. The S9, bro, I've been looking at that camera for a while, broski. I think it's really impressive, but I have the same kind of issues with it that I have with like the, what is it? The ZR. It's very cool though. I've been looking at this camera for a while. A lot of people have been asking. I would get it if I had unlimited money. I would buy the brown one. Look at this motherfucker right here, dude. This one's nice. Which color would you guys get? They got black, blue. This green is clean. The red, like whatever this color is, This is nice. They got pink for the girlies. I'd be wild and get something like this, or the white. The white is also really clean. R50 versus XM5. The XM5 is pretty nice. Yeah, dude, the brown is awesome. Look at this thing, dude. The brown is sick looking. There's a look at this guy right here. I don't know if you can see it because my face is in the way. But yeah, the brown looks nice, dude. It's not like fully like brown and gray. It has like some sort of like what would you call this? Copper, brownish kind of color. Brown, I guess. Like a brushed steel kind of look. Guys, the comments are starting to come in right now. Appreciate you guys. God bless you. Thank you so much. Good morning. Thank you for waking up. YouTube, what does YouTube say? I have an A7 Mark II. Should I upgrade to the M3 or M4? Yes, budget. You should get the M4. You should get the best one that you can afford. For sure. You're gonna notice a massive difference going from the A7 II to the A7 IV. That's a big jump. Big jump. Canon EOS RP. I'm not sure if that's a question. I have a Canon M50. Thought about upgrading to the Sony A7 IV or V to do portraits and boudoir shoots. Sick, bro. The A7 IV would be great. I would get the 5 though. I recommend, this is for everybody, guys. Everybody, and I would never encourage people to go into debt or to like use next month's rent money on a camera. But if it's in your budget, buy the best camera that you can afford. You're never gonna regret. If your options between an A7 IV or an A7 V or an R6 II and an R6 III, and you can hold up a little bit longer, like save up for another month or two, or go for you know, rice and beans for a month, you know, rice and beans dinner or ramen noodles. It's worth it to save up that extra month or 2 months, however long it takes you to get that extra one. The other thing too that I do want to kind of point out to you guys is, like, if we go to my favorite website to compare a photo, I'm going to do this real quick. I want to show you guys something. Like let's do the Sony A7 IV, right? Let's do that. And let's add this to the compare feature right here. This is bnhphotovideo.com. And then let's add the A7 V. All right, I want to show you guys this because it's pretty easy to see because the numbers don't lie, right? If you look at these numbers right here, 22 to 29, right? So what is that price gap right there? $700. I think in most scenarios, let's do the R6 as well. R6 II. I think in most scenarios, guys, the price difference is absolutely worth it. And now let's do the 3. So if you're looking at a camera and the price gap is between like $700 and $500, it's totally worth it to get the next camera up. And also, these cameras are currently on sale. Look at these last year's models. They always drop when the new one comes out. The other ones are always on sale, so keep an eye out for these like random price drops. I would say if the price gap between the two camera models is $500, it's a no-brainer. You should absolutely do it. If you're thinking about if it's 700, 800, there you go. Now you're like, ooh, how long is it going to take me to get that extra $700, right? Also, the price gap is going to be smaller if you look at these two cameras in the used market. These are brand new models, so do keep that in mind. Thanks, bro. I got you, bro. Any tips for filming with the Sony Ace in low light? What lens do you have, Joe? When it comes to low light and you're using a crop sensor camera, broski, what you really got to think about is the lens that you have. If you have a lens that has a small aperture, small meaning that it closes down a lot, not that it's wide open, you're going to have less light coming into the sensor, which is going to be an issue. So my recommendation is I need to know what lenses you have. Do you recommend what just turned off? I feel like something just turned off. Do you recommend the A7 IV or FX30? I mainly do videography for music video. What's worth the price? The FX30, if you guys are doing video, the FX30 is a no-brainer. Or the FX3 as well. But if you need a camera that does like hybrid, the A7 IV. Renzo, A7 IV, versatile camera that can handle almost any type of A7 IV. I would say the A7 IV, Renzo. Lucas, awesome. Thanks for the input. I got you, broski. I got you, man. Thoughts on the DJI Osmo Pocket? Love the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Love the Osmo Pocket 3. All right, guys. Some updates on the poll that I got going on over on YouTube. The question is, what is your camera budget? I have 4 options: under 1K, 1500, 2000, and 3000. Out of all the votes, 83% of you guys say that your budget for a new camera is under $1,000. And that's actually, you know, next time I run this kind of poll, $1,000, in between $700 and $1,000 is really, really where you want to be for buying your first camera. If you don't have $700 to $1,000 and you only have $500, my recommendation to you isn't just to buy a $500 camera, it's to get your ass to fucking work. You know, save up some more gold coins and get up to $700. Practice a little bit of delayed gratification to get you up to the $700, $1,000 mark. And I say this because, not because I think you're lazy or anything like that, but because from $700 and below, your lens and camera options are super limited, bro. Like so fucking limited. Once you hit that 700 to 1K, the world of cameras literally opens up to you. You're like, okay, now I have a camera that can last me well into the future instead of buying a camera that is like 5 years old. You know what I mean? So that's really where I want to recommend people to be. If you're thinking about purchasing your first camera, really 700 to 1,000 is really where you'd like to be. Thoughts on the DJI Osmo Pocket? Love. Am I wasting my money if I decide to go with a Viltrox when shooting with my ZV-E1? No, the Viltrox is cheap, right? Viltrox is like 200. Which Viltrox? Because some new Viltrox lenses are really nice. They have a new 85 and a 50. Viltrox, guys, boys, fellas, ladies, Viltrox lenses are coming up, dude. I think Viltrox did get in a little bit of trouble though from some other camera. I think they got in trouble from Nikon. But they are coming up. Yeah, they are coming up, dude. They have some really nice lenses. Like this guy right here, 56 millimeter f1.2. What? Get the fuck out of here. $580? Shit. This is like a crazy good portrait lens. Crazy good. It's available for the Z mount, X mount, and the E mount. Yeah, and they have a 35 right here, a 35 1.2. What? Dude, this is a $2,000 lens, guys. They have it here for $1,000. It is a lot of money, but $1,000 is pretty reasonable. And then they also have an 85. This 85 here, 1.4 for $600. Yeah, Viltrox, they're still a Chinese brand, so you know there's going to be some issues. There might be some issues, but overall for that price, I would check it out for sure. Is there many differences between the ZV-E10? There are a lot of differences. I do not recommend the ZV-E10-1. ZV-E10-2 at a minimum. They made some really nice improvements to the second iteration of it that they're worth it. The ZV-E10-1 costs about $600, $700, and the ZV-E10-2 costs, I think, $1,200. It did go up in price, unfortunately, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, guys. I bought the ZV-E10-2 last December for myself. Yeah, $1,200. Yeah, I just bought. Actually, it's right here. I forgot I got it right here. I got mine in the all white model. Oh, bam! I call her the White Samurai. F1.8, my bad. What do you think about the 67 with a 17 of 40? Is that the Sigma? Is that the Sigma? Yanoa? That lens is fire, dude. What lens are you using? I got the A7 IV. Is it compatible? The lens that I'm using right now, this is a 23mm Sigma if you're on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you're watching me on a Canon R10 with a 23mm. If you're on YouTube, you're watching me with an R50 with a 16mm. Thoughts on my XT100 Plus Viltrox? I don't know what camera that is. The XT100, never heard of it. 5617 combo. Sounds like a Fujifilm, right? MPB is good website to buy and sell used gear. It is. It is. Morning, bud. What's the topic today? We're just talking, Breeze, the same as always. Just chatting it up with YouTube and TikTok, seeing what you guys are up to. Just trying to answer as many questions as possible, man. You know, I answer questions about like content creation, making money with cameras, buying your first camera, all that kind of stuff. Because I've done all that stuff, you know, And right now I'm dipping my toes in streaming, and the streaming is going pretty good. You know, I'm really happy where that's at. 17 viewers over on TikTok. Let's go. 7 viewers over on YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. Yeah, I'm happy with these numbers, dude. I'm on TikTok. It's Crispy. There was a song called Crispy a while ago. It's a Fujifilm XT100. My thoughts are that Fuji's awesome, bro. 56 is probably a little tight. You're like at an 85 millimeter effectively, I think, unless you have a crop sensor lens. But I like Fujifilm. I have a Sony ZV-E Mark II, cool, ZV-10 Mark II, and when I mount the flash on the camera, I cannot increase my shutter speed. You cannot increase because shutter speed, the flash is flat. You have the flash sync on. Probably. I'm not a flash photographer. I've used flashes before, but anytime that I have an issue with flash not syncing up is because my flash sync is not on. So if you, depending on the flash that you have, it only has enough ability to sync up to the speed of the shutter. So I would research flash sync settings, and I'd play around with that. Yeah, I use a flash a couple times a year, and I didn't know that Sony will lock the shutter speed, because when on the Canon cameras that I use when I have issues with the sync and the flash and the shutter, it's because my shutter speed on my camera is too fast. But what would happen is that the flash just wouldn't go off on time. The max is 1/30th. Yeah, I think something's wrong with your, I think you need to just go into the flash settings and look at something that says flash sync settings. Mike, good morning, Mike, over from YouTube. Oh shit, wrong one. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. What do you think of a new, smaller camera flashes? I don't do much flash, but think, oh, bro, I have one. I have brands that send me those all the time. I have like 3 of them. Yeah, here's one right here. This one is from Photo. I learned this company's been sending me a lot of products lately. This one right here is, I actually forget how much it costs, like $30. We'll check it out here in a second. 30, 40 bucks, $20, I think. It's a little speed light, but it's super easy to use. You just kind of put it on your camera. If it fits, it should fit. You turn it on. How do I turn it on? It's powered via USB-C. Oh, the battery's dead. Oh no, battery's good. Let's see. Let's use it for a second. Is there a battery in here? No battery. Where's a battery for the Sony? Battery for the Sony? This is another product that they sent me. It's like a battery container. What did I say? A battery that they sent me? Battery, an accessory that they sent me. Yeah, but these are pretty cool, man. If you just do quick flash stuff, the limitations with these kind of flashes is that they they don't have a lot of boom, look at that. It's just easy, like quick and bam. Super quick. And now my photo is totally over. You guys want to see what my camera setup looks like? Here, sure. Bam. Look at it. It's like crazy overexposed. So all we do, because that's at 100%, right? So it has a little dial right here, and then you turn it down to, let's say, 10. So that was that image, and then we can do boop. And now that's the image right there. So that was like 90 versus, so that's 100%, and that's 90 right there. So yeah, these little flashes, I prefer them for like quick shoots and stuff instead of having this monster fucking thing that like is over my camera. But those are very simple. Those don't do a lot, you know. They're just very simple. Let's look it up actually. Let's see. Duplicate photo. I'll show you guys real quick. Photool X. Oh, that's what I was saying. It's not Photo Olex. It's Photool X. It stands for Photo Tool Expert. Here we go. Look, here it is. $34. I was close. They sent me 2 of these bad boys. I gave one to my sister who's starting photography. Comes with some accessories, some pretty basic shit, you know, USB-C powered. I've used it a couple times. It works, man. It works. I think it's a lot easier to use. What batteries do you use for your speed lights? This one that I just showed you, that I just demoed real quick, that was a nice little demo, is USB-C powered. And then for my actual flashes, I use Energizer AA. Yeah, Energizer AA. I don't know this. Well, let's go to the top actually. Fujifilm X-T33 or whatever is the best for beginner. X-T33 sick, dude. What would you RCM to buy an Canon RP or an R10? I wouldn't buy an RP. I would buy the R10 for sure. Canon T8i Canon is my T8i Canon is my first camera. Okay, cool. I'm eyeing the hybrid Canon R7 because of IBIS. Yeah, that's a nice upgrade. R7 is fire, bro. That's a good upgrade. The R7 is the highest end crop sensor camera that Canon makes. I was looking for, if mine was handy, I'd show it to you. Comment over from YouTube. All right, thanks. Would be nice to have something small in a bag just in case the need. Yeah, that's exactly how I use this, bro. That's exactly how I use this, because it just fits like in any bag. It's powerful enough. It comes with a diffuser, so if you want it to have harsh lighting, you can. And then it does come with some other accessories, like I just showed you here. They do sell other ones. This one is the one that they sent me. Small Rig makes one. Viltrox makes one. Let's actually look at the Viltrox one. They all do the same shit though. They don't. They're just speed lights. They don't do anything. Like they don't have any fast seeing or like any kind of features. You know what I mean? So they're just that. They're just like a fill light. So if you're expecting it to do what like a Godox, Viltrox speed light. If you're expecting it to do anything fancy, it's the wrong speed light for you. The Viltrox one did look nicer though. Yeah, these ones right here. I was trying to get Viltrox to send me this, but they haven't responded. This one probably does the exact same thing. Doesn't have any kind of features or any kind of shit like that, but it looks cool. Oh, it does look like it has some more settings on it, but yeah, it does look cool. I don't know what the difference is, why it says Canon or Sony, but they should be universal. Martin X, what up, Martin X? My next camera will be the Canon R8. Sick, bro. Looked at the RP, R10, and have an R100 that I love. Canon R8, good choice. Renzo, is it okay to have an A7 IV for a beginner? It is okay, Renzo. It is okay. And if anybody tells you that it's not okay to own an A7 IV, they're lying to you, Renzo. It's perfectly okay. Sounds like a yes then. Fosky, I think I missed something, Fosky, my bad. These questions are coming in kind of quick. 10 viewers on YouTube. Okay. Under $1,000 camera for entry-level professional photos and video shoots. $1,000. So the thing is, we like to say these words like professional, and then we like to say we don't have any money. You know what I mean? So like, there's some trade-offs. $1,000 camera, I would say probably like the R50 is gonna get you, like, you know, because the word professional is like subjective. You know what I mean? Because I can take a professional photo with my cheapest camera, and I can also take that same photo with my most expensive $4,000 camera, right? So like, what does professional mean to you? The T8i is what I'm running to with EF. Nice. 70 to 300, that one's it's making nice shots. Yeah, 70 to 300 if you're happy with it, bro. A67 versus the XS20 or the XT5 maybe versus the A7 III. Versus the A7 III versus the A7R3. Those are a lot of cameras, bro. Whittle it down a little bit more, man. And also pick a brand. Limnark. Like, what do you want? Do you want Sony or do you want Fuji? I would get rid of anything that already has the newest model. So I would keep the 6700 in consideration and the XT5. XT5 is kind of nice. I'd probably get rid of the A7 III and look at the A7 IV. I'd get rid of the A7C1 and look at the A7C2. And the A7R3 is still nice. Thanks, man. For sure, Renzo. What affordable Canon EOS R50 lens for photography? I really like the for crop sensor cameras, you guys. I really like the Sigma lenses. By the way, guys, if you're over on YouTube, welcome in. The way that this works is I try to answer as many questions as possible as is coming through the chat. Feel free to ask your camera questions. The only things that I really need to know, this goes for TikTok as well, what your budget is, what camera you're already kind of looking at, and also what you plan on using the camera for. And try to be specific. So feel free to ask any questions in the comments and I'll try to get to you. 15 viewers, woohoo! Yeah, let's look. I was saying the Sigma lenses. These Sigma lenses are really nice for the Canons, the Sonys, the Fujis, and I think they make these for the Nikons as well. So these are the lenses that I recommend for everybody. If you're looking for portrait, the 30 would be nice, and also the 56. So this one right here is very, very nice for portraits, f1.4, and also the 56 millimeter. Also, I own all of these lenses, you guys. So I've actually used them in my professional work, my personal work, my freelance work, all kinds of stuff. Have you ever had any regrets changing ecosystem, Canon versus Sony? I've never changed the ecosystems, but I don't encourage it. Unless you're at the very bottom beginner run and have like a camera and like 2 lenses, it's whatever, you know, get rid of that stuff or keep it and then buy into another system. But if you're a professional like me and I have an entire catalog of Canon cameras and lenses, for somebody like me, it's very expensive, time consuming, and for me to switch. So I don't recommend switching camera brands, because the problem is that, like, here's the thing. It's a good thing that there's this many camera brands out there. Canon, Sony, Nikon, Fuji, Lumix. Lumix is a powerhouse right now. But the pendulum swings one direction and then it goes into another. It swings back, right? So when Sony is on top, they have different life cycles and release cycles of their new cameras that by the time the Sony comes out and everybody's hyped over the new Sony feature, Canon in less than 12 months is going to come back with another camera that's going to also be like, oh, so switching back and forth is really not ideal. And anybody that has, like I said, only for the people that have like the Rebel series cameras or the A6000s or the A5000s, if you just have a limited amount of gear, then go ahead and switch if you want, but don't make a habit of it, you know? I have 3 camera brands that I use. I have a Canon, Sony, and Fuji, and then a bunch of action cameras as well. 6700 versus the XT5. I'd be looking at the XT5, bro. Yeah, I'd be looking at the XT5. By the way, feel free, guys, to use these websites. to compare them, right? This is exactly how I do. What I do right now is, and what I'm showing you is exactly what I do all of the time to compare cameras. So I'm looking at this guy, and when I see the X-T5, I immediately look at the, look, 40 megapixels, bro. What? Crazy. Crazy, dude. Yeah, I'd buy this. This one has IBIS. Excuse me. 4K 60? What? 10-bit video? What? Yeah, this camera's a little monster. It is an APS-C sensor, but that's okay. What Fuji do you have? I have the X106. What kind of used filming cameras would you recommend? My budget is 1,000. What are you trying to do, Nick Derflow? Thanks, man. Makes sense for real. Plus, selling all my Canon gears would be a waste. Yeah, bro. And like, what do you need? I mean, you know, if you want to switch. But I'm saying it's like, it's gonna come back, dude. It's gonna come. Right now, Canon's on top. Sony wishes they could be Canon, but next year, Sony's gonna win, and then Sony's gonna wish that they were on top. You know, it's just the way it goes, bro. Nikon is just Nikon, you know. Unfortunately. Yeah, Fuji's great, dude. Fuji's fun. Look at this camera, bro. Also, they have it in silver and black. I would probably go for the silver. Look at this thing. This thing's fucking sexy AF, bro. What? Look at all these numbers, dude. What do all these numbers mean? What does it do? What's going on here? You know what I mean? The fuck? It's a nice camera, bro. Yeah, this is definitely a nice camera. Bro, you earned a sub. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. I'm an editor for wedding photos, and I see that the comparison leans to wanting to jump brands. Oh, cool, Nina. Nina, can you, if I showed you a picture from a Canon and a Sony and didn't tell you which one was what, would you be able to tell, Nina? What about a Nikon? I guess generally the question, would you be able to tell between the cameras, like who shot on what? I do photos of cars, but I want to switch to video. Sick, bro. Best Nikon for shoot videos. The ZR, the Nikon ZR. I was looking at that camera earlier. Nikon ZR right here. This is it. $2,200, you can't beat it, bro. Left to right, ISO, shutter speed. Jägermeister, thank you, bro. I was being facetious, but I appreciate the clarification. What would you check first when you buy a used camera, and what would you make you return it? First, I would only buy from a reputable reseller. And I would buy from a reputable reseller that has a return policy, that has customer service and a warranty. And the first thing that I would check is if it fires, of course. And yeah. But so if I had any issues with it, 90 days down the road, 30 days down the road, whatever the warranty is, I would return it if I had any issues. But sites that are reputable resellers, they do a pretty decent job of inspecting their stuff. That's not to say that they're perfect, but you know. Fujifilm, has it improved this weakness? Fujifilm, you know, I don't want to say I ever had an issue with, like, when I use my Fujifilm, I'm not really too concerned with its autofocus speeds. Like if I miss a shot, that's not how I use my Fuji. You know what I mean? I finally got the Canon R7. Bro, tell me about it, man. What do you think about the Canon R7 with the 50mm lens yesterday? Sick, bro. Let me know when you want another lens recommendation. The R7 is going to be nice. It's going to be nice. All right, guys, a quick update on the poll that we got going over on YouTube, just real quick. I asked the YouTube chat, so far 14 votes. What is your camera budget? I had 4 options: under 4K, 1500, 2000, or plus 3000. 64% of you guys say that your budget is under $1,000. I need to change that. I want to make that to like 700 to 1,000, or maybe I'll do a one that's smaller than that. So people that are just getting into cameras, $700 to $1,000 is really where you need to be at. It's really where you need to be at. Anything from YouTube? I try not to ignore YouTube, but you guys are always asleep at this time. I've used the XT5 on my recent trip to Japan. It's been a trooper. Jägermeister, bro, tell me about the XT5, bro. There's people in here that want to buy this camera, man. I want to buy this camera. The 40 megapixels. Yo, let me ask you this. Is this open gate 6.2 at 30? And if it is open gate, have you tested how quickly it overheats, or does it overheat at all? It's amazing. I love it. Yeah, it's a great camera, dude. 40 megapixels is crazy. What do you think about the Sony 67 as a starter cam? Adrian, ooh. The 67 is great, bro. It's a lot more than a starter camera, though. Good lens to shoot portraits on a Sony a7 III. Budget is 1500. Ooh. I'd probably look at a 50 millimeter or an 85 millimeter. They have the Viltrox lenses. I was looking at them earlier, guys. Where are they? Right here. These are sick, bro. And these are super budget too. If you want to spend all $1,500, go ahead, but I'd get something like this. Look at this, 56 millimeter. Oh, this is an APS-C lens though. Let's see, do they have a full frame one? Here we go, look at this. Viltrox full frame lens f1.4, $500, $550. I'd buy something like this, dude. Unless you, because you don't have enough for a G Master. And this looks good enough to give it a shot, you know, to give it a try. For 600 bucks, I'd buy this all day. Yeah, I'd buy this all day. Michael P. Libby, good morning, sir. Has the sun risen in South America yet, bro? Been awake for a few hours just listening to camera talk. That's my life, bro. That's my life, listening to camera talk. By the way, guys, whenever I hear that there's going to be a new camera release or a camera preview, I'm also going to be going live for those events, you know, when they have like live events. And I just kind of basically talk through the, I watch the event through with you guys, and then we go back and we go over a couple of features. We did that a couple times with the Canon cameras and the Sony cameras when they released. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to follow on TikTok and subscribe over on YouTube if you're interested in it's like a little watch party. It's kind of fun actually. Some of you guys are hilarious. Nina, adding, I love the Leica results, minimal editing, the color is pretty sure. Oh, Nina, you were I think I might have missed your comment. Let me see if I can find you again. Haha, IDK, I could try. It's weird because I love Canon with some clients and others. Maybe it's the skill. That's interesting. So Nina, from a professional wedding video photo editor, is saying that she could try. I asked her if she could tell the difference between camera brands, and she's saying it's weird because I love Canon. Oh, God. Oh, that doesn't surprise me, Nina. Canon colors are pretty crazy, dude. They're really nice. She's adding, loves Leica results, minimal editing. Leica is special though. Leica is special. Pastor Brian from over on YouTube. What's up, Pastor Brian? Good morning. Is it true that cameras with higher megapixels are poor in low light? They perform a little bit worse in low light, but the reason is because, let me draw it out for you guys. Actually, this is a good little thing to think about. So this is not going to be very technical in any way, okay? So think of it this way, guys. This is a crop sensor right here, and this is a full frame sensor. So let's see, let's get rid of this, and let's add a thick line here, and let's do the same here so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is an APS-C. This is an APS-C, and this is a full frame sensor. Okay, so imagine a camera that has let's lock these, lock, and then lock. If you have a camera that has megapixels inside of it, let's see, can I shape this or hold on. We'll say this is a megapixel, okay? We'll say this little thing is a megapixel. Okay, and if you have a camera, the sensors and the light, the way that it like works is that if you have X amount of megapixels, so say that this camera here has let's see if I can do this without messing the whole thing up. Is this going to be a pain in the ass? It probably is. Say that you have these here. This isn't going to work. Let's just pretend for argument's sake that this is a 12 megapixel sensor. These are all super spaced out. So each one is like a light receptor, right? Like they receive light. And this is a 12 megapixel full frame sensor. What happens in a sensor that has, we'll say 40, these are all close together, like super, super close together like this. And because of this, each of them is receiving less light. So it renders an image differently than if they were all separate. So cameras like a 12 megapixel FX3 has these that are like super spread out and they're much larger. So they take up the same space. So imagine this being like twice the size. Imagine these being this big. So imagine there's 12 of them here. So these light receptors are massive. But because you're working with the same physical space, the same full frame sensor, if this was a 40 megapixel sensor, there'd be a bunch of these, but they'd be tinier, right? Now let's carry that thought process, that little thinking over to a crop sensor camera. The same problem is going to happen. So if you have this right here, and you have a crop sensor that is 20 megapixels, imagine 20 of these in here. They're all going to be jammed packed, and because they have to be jam packed, they're smaller. So if you have an APS-C sensor that has 18 megapixels, that's going to receive better low light. It's going to do better in low light. But there's always trade-offs, right? There's always going to be trade-offs. So keep this as just a basic rule of thumb, not actual physics or science, or like don't take this as gospel. That's essentially the way that you should think about it. But as technology improves and we see better technology, better AI, better software, all of these things, they start to narrow a little bit. So when you say that the FX3 has the best low light capabilities, and then you also notice that it has 12 megapixels, that's one of the main reasons why, it helps. So when you have an APS-C sensor like the XT5 that has 40 megapixels, I'm not going to say that it's bad in low light, but it's not going to perform as good as the camera that has this exact same camera, but it has 20 megapixels. But then you won't be able to get into the image a lot as much. You won't be able to crop, right? So there are trade-offs. I hope that made sense. I know I kind of rambled a little bit and the illustration was a little, I'll work on that illustration. Wonder Tough, good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Nathaniel James, excuse me. What would you recommend for me if we start my own photo video studio? Budget would be $1,500 with 1 or 2 lenses. $1,500 with a camera and 2 lenses is probably not realistic, Nathan. I would do something. What cameras are you looking at, Nathaniel James? It's almost 9 a.m. now, still clouded. 9 a.m. What time is it over here? Over here it's 8 a.m. You missed my. What was your comment, bro? If I missed your comment, it's because I'm answering other questions, broski. Great explanation, learning. Yeah, so that's kind of and you can look this up and you can verify. The way that I learned about this was just through Google University and YouTube University. Harfer, what up, Harfer? Do you see videographers and photographers being replaced by AI? Fuck no, dude. Absolutely not. I see photographers and videographers that don't use AI being replaced by other videographers and photographers that do use AI. My brother, how are you doing, brother? Shipspot, you can ask your questions right here, Shipspot. I don't check my DMs very often. Pastor Brian, what would you recommend an entry-level 2025 video camera be for professional old camera from 2017? The R50V, guys, I'm gonna talk about this camera until the fucking until the cows come home. Is that an expression? The cows come home. The R50V is by far, man. I recommended this camera the day that it came out, all of 2025, and for all of 2026, I'm gonna be recommending this camera right here. $600. You cannot beat this, guys. I own 2 of these cameras. Since I'm going for the XT5 instead of the 6700, I'm going to pair it with, I was going to pair the 18 to 50. You can, for the XT5, you can still get the Sigma 18 to 50. But just get started, Limnark, you know, just get started, broski. The 18 to 50 is available for the XT5, so I would start there. I'm mostly leaning into Sony. All right, so specifically, Nathaniel, which Sony camera? Because that budget for 2 lenses, 1500, it seems like a lot of money because it is a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good budget, but you're asking for 2 lenses and a camera body. That's unrealistic, bro. And what kind of studio do you want to do? Like portrait stuff? Because that really is what dictates what lens you're gonna get, right? GH5 or R50V? R50V, bro. Is that why they say the FX3 is good for gym content? Because exactly, bro. Well, the FX3 is a monster camera. The FX3 is $4,000. All right. So like, think about this, man. Also, the ZVE1 has the exact same sensor, and it's also a low light champion, but that camera is going to overheat on you. Right. So like there's a reason why cameras cost so much money. Like cameras are incredibly expensive. Lenses are incredibly expensive, more expensive than camera bodies, because there actually is a lot of science and like tech and physics and a lot of math and computation that goes into these cameras. Like a lot, bro, a lot. So when you look at a $1,000 camera, you think, holy shit, $1,000 is a lot. But in the camera space, in the camera world, dude, $1,000 is something to like, that's a write-off. You know what I mean? When you're talking about cameras that are used in like professional movies, or you look at these content creators that have like content creation teams, those guys are running $4,000, $6,000, $8,000 rigs. You know what I mean? Like the price, you think 1,000 is a lot, but you need to like kind of open up your mind a little bit to realize that anything between $700 to $1,200 is not a lot of money in this space. It really isn't. It really is not. Liam Photography, what up, Liam? Good morning, buddy. Hey, should I be looking to save money to get another lens for my R7? My budget is around 700 to 800. Bro, for the R7, broski, what are you doing with that R7? That's a crop sensor, bro. I'm telling everybody that owns a crop sensor, buy these lenses, these Sigma lenses. I own every single one of these, and they are all spectacular. If you guys are curious about where these links are, if you're on TikTok, you can find this in my link in bio. Feel free to click on them and follow along, or you can find it on YouTube in the first link in the description. I personally own every single one of these lenses, except for this one. I got rid of this one. Oh, maybe it's not here. I got rid of this one right here. This was a kit lens. I bought it with a camera. I sold that shit so fast. By the way, is the XT5 autofocus really that bad? No, it's not bad, bro. They're just better. The XT5, man, the autofocus, it's not like it misses or whatever. You're not going to be shooting like professional sports, you know, or like or stuff with an XT5. That's not what a Fuji's for. Should I get a Tamron 70 to 180 f2.8 or Sony 70? I'd get the 2.8. ShipSpot, what about if someone in video content is going live at the same time? What do you recommend? What do you mean? What about if someone in video content and going live at the same time? What do you recommend? I'm not sure what you're asking there. That question is confusing to me. Try that again, ShipSpot. Just bought a 16-inch MacBook Pro, RAM 48. Okay, thank you for letting us know, Frazier. Harfer, yay, I'm about to pick up a 67. Nice. Haven't heard any complaints other than heating. No, 67 is nice, dude. Oh, 8 a.m. I mostly look to do street photography. Yeah. So what I would be doing is looking at the this camera, the 18 to 50, dude. The Sigma 18 to 50 right here. This is it. 18 to 50. Perfect for street photography. Perfect for a lot of things, actually. I have the Canon R7 with the Sigma 10 to 18 and 18. Oh yeah, dude, I have those two lenses as well, Mike. Mike, which one do you use more? The 10 to 18 is really nice, and I'm actually using the 18 to 50 is the one that is on this camera right here. It's the R50V, and I use this for like top-down shots whenever I'm recording YouTube videos. And like this one is really, really nice. The lens, I mean. This is a product that this brand sent me, but I can like, you know, demo products and stuff. And it's a cool top-down shot for my content. The 10 to 18 is also nice, but I thought for my desk setup, it was a little wide. Whenever I use the 10 to 18, bro, it captures literally my entire desk from like edge to edge. So right here, we're at 18 millimeters. The other one captures like the entire desk, which is cool if you want that look, you know? Then can you recommend me a body and lens that would be a great starting point for that budget? For $1,500? For the Sony, the 6700, probably the 6400. The Sony 6400 is 1,000, right? Yeah, Sony A6400, $1,000. Bam, you know. And then get yourself a nice little portrait lens. Portrait lens that I would get for this is probably like the 30 millimeter or the 56. I think if you get this and you get this, so the 6400, bam, and then get this little 30 millimeter, bam, you're in business, bro. You got yourself a little portrait photo studio kit. Sigma quality 18 to 50 for Sigma. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. The Sigma quality is fire, man. Fire, bro. YouTube is coming alive. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the party, man. You made it. Julia, good morning, Julia. Good morning. The 6700 is go-to camera in that range on Amazon. It's $1,100. Mine at times. 67 is $1,100. Really? Is it really? Sony I've never seen it for that low. Sony 6700. If it is, that's crazy. I see it here for 16, bro. This is normally the price that I see it at. 67 APS-C, $1,600. Do I like it for 16? Yeah, if you like Sony. If you like Sony. Truthfully though, I'd be looking at the FX30 because the FX30 is a couple $100 more, you know? You know when you can really see the difference between brands when you use batch AI for editing. Ah, interesting. Interesting. I lean towards the Fuji mainly because of the film sim. Film sims are sick, dude. Fuji's nice, dude. Don't let anybody talk you out of a Fuji. If you want a Fuji, bro, you get yourself a Fuji. Because here's what's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna say, "Oh, bro, but the autofocus. Go with Sony." And then that dude is trying to dissuade you, because what's gonna happen, you that wanted a Fuji is gonna look at the Sony images or the Canon images, the Nikon images, and be like, yeah, but I really want the Fuji colors and I really want the Fuji film, and then you're gonna hate it. So I tell people that want a Fuji, get the Fuji. There's nothing like it, dude. There's nothing like it. Oh, but the get the fuck out of here, weirdo. So there's something special about Fuji's, guys. I'll post these pics on IG. Now it's out of stock. Would you buy a used camera or lens? I would, yeah. Only from reputable resellers, though. What apps do you use for editing pictures? Lightroom. Limnar. Many times I saw it go for 1K, 1,000, which is 1,000 USD. Okay. Use Capture One and Lightroom Classic, depends on the client. Yeah, I like Lightroom Classic. That's my go-to. But I'm not a professional photo editor. Nina is. Nina is a professional photo editor. I feel like Sony's PR degrades other camera brands. Why does the entity of YouTube hate Nikon? Nikon is just easy to hate on. That's all. Chip spot. What about if someone is in video content, and what is the best video camera you recommend? Depends on your budget, Chip spot. What's your budget, buddy? I for video, guys, again, I'm gonna repeat myself, and you guys I'm gonna beat it like I'm gonna beat a dead horse. The R50V, bro. The R50V, guys. There is no better camera option than the R50V. For $600, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, the R50V does not compare and compete with any other camera. It's in a league of its own for 600 bucks, dude. There is a Nikon Z30 though. The Nikon Z30, let's look at, I think it's the Nikon Z30 or Z50. What is it? Z30? That's another little content creator camera. Yeah, this guy. This guy's pretty cool too. But she's a Nikon. But for 600 bucks, totally worth it. Totally worth it. Are you into drones? No, I don't do any drones. I will buy the XM6 if released. Who is Nikon? Brother. All the equipments and budgets 2K between 4K. Okay, that's a pretty big budget, bro. You want to do video? For video, if you have 4K, bro, what I would be buying for 4K video, probably the Nikon ZR. Yeah, I would be looking at the Nikon ZR for that big a budget, and then I'd buy some lenses and buy all the fixings for the Nikon ZR. I think I was showing the Nikon ZR here. Yeah, this guy. I'd be looking at a Nikon ZR, guys. For a 4K, 2K to 4K budget, I'd get a Nikon ZR, and then I'd go heavy into one of these lenses. Get myself like, ooh, look at this. This is expensive. That's expensive. Jesus. Yeah, but I would definitely be starting with this guy, the Nikon ZR. And I'd build my kit around that. I'd get all the way up to $4 grand though, if that was my budget. It's 600 because it's a Nikon. Saeed, good morning, Saeed. Good morning. Welcome to the party, buddy. You made it in. 3K for a 24 to 70. They're expensive, dude. Yeah, these Nikon lenses, they're expensive, dude. Yeah, that's a lot of cash. But there is the Z mount, so you can get some other lenses. Like Nikon doesn't have a closed system like Canon does, so there are some more lens options for the Nikons. %. Nikon is expensive though. I just realized my camera's following me. So here, whenever I have this camera, guys, so if I need to show you guys something, I can I can have it follow me. I saw it moving out of the corner of my eye. It like caught my peripheral. I was like, what the fuck is that? All right, let's see the poll. Let's add a new poll, actually. Let's add a new poll. The poll that I had going on was, what is your camera budget? 21 votes total. 62% of you are under 1K. Your budget is under 1K. 14% of you said $1,500. 2,000, 14%, and plus 3,000. Mr. Big Money Bucks, Money Big Bucks, big, what's the expression? Oh, actually, I have sound effects, new sound effects, guys. Let me see if I can find them. I have a money thing. I did get a monetization thing that I got flagged for demonetization yesterday. Voice mod. Sound effects. Play sound effects, is that what it's called? Play sound, here it is. And then let's go to TMV. Oh, it didn't update. Fuck. Oh, here it is. Money. Was it this one?
Here comes the money. Money talk. Here comes the money.
That might have been the one that got demonetized, actually. Was it this one? We'll do that one. I don't think that one has monetization rights on it, so. Thanks, bro. No problem. Ship spot. How is the Sony A7 III for photo shoots business? It's good, buddy. A7 III is nice. A7 III is still good, man. It's a little bit older. You can find it for like $1,500. Totally worth it. All right, new poll coming up, guys. New poll is what should be the next poll? I want to do what kind of content creator are you, or what? Yeah, let's do that. That's what I want to do. Let's find out what it was. Here we go. What is your goal with your camera? What kind of creator are you? Let's put in photographer. Let's put in photo. Let's do photo video. Whoopsie. Photo/video. Let's put in streamer. Let's put in lifestyle girly. Are you a lifestyle girly? Is that you, Wonder Tough? Are you a lifestyle girly? And then let's put in gym bro. Yeah, gym bro. Start poll. Poll has started. I think most of you guys are gonna say photo video. Some of you guys are gonna say streamers. Streamers are up and coming, man. There's a lot of money to be made in streaming. Wonder Tough says, of course. Oh, that is too funny. Yeah, I need to make some more content about lifestyle girlies, because there are some content girlies and lifestyle girlies, makeup artists, nail girl, hair, girls that just want to film their lifestyle, right? That's what I mean by that. And they need cameras too, man. They need cameras too. I did make one video for beauty content creators. It did pretty well. It wasn't my best, but I just kind of basically like helped out with lighting. Please recommend an affordable Canon EOS R lens for photography. Treyas, right here, bro. The Sigma lenses, man. The Sigma lenses. Does anybody here own the Sigma APS-C lenses? Who here owns the Sony APS-C lenses? Also, if you guys are just lurking over in the YouTube, in TikTok and YouTube, if you could do me a solid and double tap your screen to get some hearts going on this live, and then in YouTube, if you can give me a thumbs up or a little heart emoji, that'd be great as well. Trying to get more interaction. Oh, we got one lifestyle girly. All right. My lifestyle would be sitting editing all day, 5 cups of coffee on a desk. Nina, and you know what's crazy? Is that people would love to see that, Nina. People would love to see that. It never surprises me to learn about people's everyday things that they just record and film, and they have like tons and tons of followers and people that are watching their videos, like thousands. You know what I mean? What you think is mundane and everyday to you is somebody's like life dream. You know what I mean? Like they wish that they could live that lifestyle. I have the exact same feeling because I'm a full-time content creator. And who was it? It was my sister that says, hey, you should film a day in the life. I'm like, I just go to work And then I'm thinking, I was like, I live in a really cool city, Philadelphia. I could film my on my way to work where I see a bunch of characters on the subway, and like my life is kind of boring to me, but to others it might be something that they could aspire to. You know what I mean? Not to hype up all that stuff, but it can be. It's just an interesting perspective. Is like your lifestyle could be somebody's dream. You know what I mean? Fujifilm XM5 or Ricoh. Ooh, for everyday. I would probably do the XM5, bro. Do you like interchangeable lenses? Who is that? The Anthony Pei? The Anthony Pei, comment from YouTube. Good morning, Mr. Anthony. I would do, if you like interchangeable lenses, the XM5 is really nice. I would choose it over the Ricoh, unless you really want like pocketability of the Ricoh, which is its main feature, I think. What recommend millimeter for measurement? Treyas, it depends on what you want to do, broski, but the one that I recommend to practically everybody is this one right here, 18 to 50. By the way, guys, I know I've mentioned it a couple times, but if you are interested in any of the gear that I use, you can find it in my profile, in my link in bio on my profile page on TikTok. And then on YouTube, it is the first link in the description. Feel free to check it out, shop around. I have everything categorized here, guys, as my YouTube setup, all the cameras I own, lenses, camera bags, accessories, SD cards, microphones, lenses, ZV-E10 Sony rig, R50 Canon rigs, you know, all this stuff. So feel free to check it out, because I get questions all the time like, hey, what cameras do you use? It's all right here. I get told that, but maybe I am overthinking it. Nina, it doesn't take much for you just to record yourself if you're just on a desk, but people would love to learn what you do about photo editing. Like if you're a professional photo editor, dude, that's fucking sick, bro. That is sick, man. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, but then I see your video quality and I'm like, Well, that's why I'm here to help, because I'm using cameras that I guess relatively speaking, they are expensive. I'm not going to lie to you. The camera that I'm using right here, guys, I've told you several times, is actually, I did set this up so that you guys can see. I showed this off already. I'm kind of proud of it. But this is my setup right here. This is the current room that we're in right now. I need to draw in my 2 cameras, so I'll do that later when I'm off stream. But this is my setup right now. This is my little office, my second bedroom in my apartment. And my doors. You guys want to see my cat? My cat's in here. She's napping though. She's my little buddy. Can you guys see her over here? She's right there. She's my little buddy. She hangs out in here. But yeah, the camera that I'm using here is this camera, you guys. The R50. If you're on TikTok, you're watching me on this camera, the R10, and the R50 on YouTubies. And this is what they look like. The R50 is a $600 camera. The R10 is a $1,000 camera, but if you look at the images, they look practically identical with the exception of the focal length, because I'm using a 16 millimeter on YouTube and a 23 on TikTok. And this 23, the way that I placed it with the lighting and with all this stuff, kind of gives it, and also I can change those colors back there to give it a different vibe, you know? It's all about lifestyle. Let me go up to the top. Would a Sony A7 IV be good upgrade for the next? Yes, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Yo, pro gaming. 100%, dude. Yeah, the A7 IV is going to be good for the next 5 years. Easy. Future proofing versus superb portability is the dilemma at hand. Yeah, the A7 IV is a monster camera that's going to be viable for at least the next 5 to 7. Easy. That's an easy one. It's all about lifestyle. My sister gave my son her old camera. Wait for it. It's a Nikon. I can't handle photo editing. I love photo editing. Your editing lives were some of my faves. Oh, you know what? I might bring that back. Now that the weather's starting to come back, What I'm gonna be doing, guys, moving in the future, and actually, please subscribe and follow if you're interested in this. Here's what I'm gonna be doing later on. I do all kinds of different kind of lives. This is just the recent iteration of my lives and what they've turned into, but I'm still gonna be doing other types of lives. One that I did last month was that I put you guys, I use a chest strap, a chest mount, and I put a live feed with my cell phone on my chest, and I go out and I do street photography. And you guys get to see me with a nice sounding mic, see me out in the world from Philadelphia doing street photography, taking pictures of dogs and shit. And then what I plan on doing, so that's going to be a live in and of itself. And then I'm going to take those photos that I take from that, and maybe not that day, but maybe another day, I'll edit those photos live as well with Photoshop open. And I won't be able to beat Nina's skill level, right, as a professional editor, but also, if you guys are curious about the type of work that I do, you guys can find me on Instagram, and that's where I post most of my photo work and that kind of stuff. And this is what my stuff kind of looks like. So this is all the content that I create. Actually, this is a video of me.
Sure.
Thank you.
Elvis. Yeah.
This is an example of a live
Let's
that I did
see.
where I saw a
Elvis.
dog.
Elvis. Let's see if we can he sit?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I just saw
think
this
he's
random
busy.
dog. I was like, this is a cool
Let's
looking
see.
fluffy dog.
If we can't, there we go. What a good one. That's great. Thank you so much.
And that's it. I have a lot of pictures of cats though. I do have a lot of, if you guys don't like cat pictures, you're not going to like my work. This was probably my favorite photo from a couple years ago from a Canon R6. But yeah, all these links, guys, if you're on TikTok, you can find the link in the bio. YouTube, exact same thing. First couple links in the description, you can find my stuff. What's the difference between Lexar SD cards and SanDisk? The brand. Video editing is the holy grail. Dang, bro, still streaming? You even slept? Yeah, bro, I fell asleep. I got a good, what did I get? Good 6? No, I get 8 hours. I easily get 8 hours. Video editing is the holy grail. I like video editing as well. That's what I do as a full-time job. My full-time job is a content creator, social media manager. So that's what I do. So I spend a lot of time video editing. I just delivered a project yesterday, actually, and my boss loved it. Sorry, where do you find your builds and accessories for the R50? So the R50 build is going to be the exact same as the... Here, I'll show you. It's in my thing, and I have Canon rigs. Canon camera rigs right here. And this is everything that I use to build out my Canon rigs. And all of this stuff is interchangeable. So if you have a specific Canon camera, instead of buying like a small rig cage for a specific camera, buy the one for your camera. And then these are all the accessories that I use to rig it out. A lot of these things are universal though, except for the cage and the lenses, but I'm hoping that that's obvious. And then I have one for the Sony ZV-E10 rig. And all of this is linked in, if you're on TikTok, you can find it on my profile page in my link in bio, the first couple of links. If you're on YouTube, it's the first link in the description. Let me know if anybody has trouble finding it. I tried to make it as easy as possible, but if I have to go and like hand hold you, I can do that too, because happy to do that. Fujifilm, can we get a link for all the equipment you're using? If you can't, ShipSpot, you can find it in the link in description in my link in bio on my profile page. I love making house music and DJ production. Sick, bro. Best future-proof camera, Leica M8, 20-year-old, 10 megapixels. Okay. Leica's a Leica, dude. To me, that photo would be boring because it has no frame rate and motion and no emotion. Yeah, photography is subjective, man. A photo that you don't like is a photo that I may love. A photo that you may like is a photo that I wouldn't like, you know? Looking for a new camera to pair with my R6 Mark II. Sick. Need to have a faster readout speed and electronic for action sports. Considering the I would say the R3, dude. If you're looking for specially action sports, the R3 is gonna be it. I wouldn't waste my time with the R5 Mark II. I would just go with the R3. Great question, though. Great fucking question. Yeah, I would just pop up to the R3. All right, guys, we got 8 votes in. What kind of creator are you? The options are photographer, video is one, streamer, lifestyle girly, or a gym bro. We got 75% of you guys are photo video. 0% of you guys are streamers. That's surprising. 12% lifestyle girly, 12% gym bro. Interesting data. Michael P. Libby, photography is an art, and just like you said, there are people that will like other works. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, my work is not going to be for everybody, and that's okay. That's okay. You know, I went to the protest, the No Kings protest here in Philly, and like I caught a bunch of these photos of these people that were like everyday people that just had these ridiculous signs. You know what I mean? And like, to me, this is just me going out and having fun and like taking photos of stuff. And then here's a picture of a pigeon's butt. You know what I mean? It's just, I saw a pigeon's butt and I was like, that looks like a cool frame. Having the same common message, you know? And then I have some work with some weddings, you know, that I do weddings and stuff. Oh, here, I edited this wedding photo. I do have some wedding edits, Nina. I'm not even sure if you're still in here. But I have done a couple weddings. Your stuff will probably put me to shame. And then I do creative stuff like this, like these little projects where I get to work with like makeup artists and stuff and try to make their visions come to life, you know? This was this project right here, actually. It's it. This was a collaboration project that I was really psyched to actually do. Yeah, it's just fun stuff, you know? Very subjective. Who voted lifestyle girly? Hey, man, we got to be all inclusive. If there are some lifestyle girlies in here, I'm happy to help you out if you got any questions. Gym bros, all the same, dude. Gym bros need cameras too. Gym bro, 100%. Yeah, gym bros, lifestyle girlies, streamers, you guys all need cameras, dude. I'm telling you, man, it's been going on for at least 5 years, but I think it's really ramping up, this whole content creation type of thing where you need cameras and you want to like create. Even small business owners need to be on like marketing, and to do marketing you need cameras. You know, not 100%, but marketing through video and social media marketing is a big industry, guys. Michael P. Libby says, my favorite picture of last year is a little girl in the arms of a president with a big smile. That sounds great, dude. Mike, thanks for hanging out, Mike. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate your guys' time. What time is it? Oh, I still got time. It's still good for me. I do work today, but I work from home. So truthfully, I've just been getting on these lives, guys, helping you guys out, trying to answer as many questions as possible. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I like these polls. These polls are something to talk about, you know? Cool. I mean, I just tried to video edit reels and 5 hours later. 5 hours later. Do I have one of those? Here we go.
A few moments later.
Yeah, I have the way that I create reels now is because I have this feed right here, is I can just press a button, record a video, send it to my phone and post it. I'll cut up the start and the end of it, you know, and then just post it like that. So, and I've been doing that for about a year and some change, and my content on TikTok has just been tick 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 but nothing has really supercharged my follower and views and all that stuff across Instagram, not Instagram because I don't go live there, but across TikTok and YouTube, like going live. Live has really like really added gasoline to the fire for my stuff. I encourage anybody. Has anybody here in the chat, live, YouTube or TikTok, have any of you guys ever tried going live? Would you even consider it? Now I'm curious to see comparison photos. Yeah, Nina, you got to let me know. You got to let me know, since you've seen so many photos, you know, and it'd probably be difficult unless you have like consistent work from consistent photographers. You already know their camera systems, but yeah. I'd be curious. That's actually a good reel for you to make. It's like, hey, can you tell the difference? Can you tell which camera took what photo here? You know, because you know what that's going to do is people are immediately be like, oh, number one is a Sony, 100%. Oh, number one is a Canon, has to be. You know what I mean? Nina says, not yet. Went just live for... Oh, sick, bro. What kind of cameras, remind me, Wonder Tough, what kind of cameras do you use to go live with? Hell no, I'm ugly too, bro. But here we are, man. Here we fucking are. My room is a mess. You know, the lighting is good, I guess, but my room is a guess. My cat is a co-star, and she doesn't even participate. She's about to get fired. Yeah, maybe I could work on that. I think RAWs would be good, right? Not edited. You could do both. You could do, it's not gonna matter. On your end, it doesn't have to be really like accurate. You just have to, I don't want to say it's rage baity. I wouldn't say that, but it gets the conversation going, because what you'll attract is know-it-alls, and then know-it-alls will attract other know-it-alls, and then they'll just like, the engagement just like writes itself. You know what I mean? And if it does well, do it a couple more times. It's like, hey, you know, just to see. And that'll also get your, what type of content do you create right now, Nina? Is it promoting your own business, or is it just like fun lifestyle stuff? Because that could serve as a way for you to try to get more business for your editing business, you know? It's like, hey, I'm such a good photo editor that I know what kind of camera you use to shoot this image without even looking at the metadata. You know what I mean? So that definitely would be cool. Whoops, wrong camera. Just share editing tips. I'm ready to retire editing and just teach. Okay. Yeah, editing tips are great, dude. You should do you have a YouTube channel? You should do that. You should do that. You should create a course. You should create a free course that leads to a paid course, and then make a video once a week. Yeah, easy. Easy peasy. My YouTube channel is just basically talking about camera gear. And here we are live. Camera gear, camera comparisons, lenses, all this kind of stuff. And then all my products, all the stuff is linked through affiliate links. Saeed. What up, Saeed? How are you? Welcome back, Saeed. Looking at this poll, 80% of you guys are photo and video guys. 10% lifestyle girly, 10% gym bro. Okay. Good live for sure. I wanted to find out what lens should I get for my R50 to shoot video. The 18 to 50. Didn't I tell you already, Saeed? I think I answered that already. You must have left. This guy right here. Sigma 18 to 50 f2.8. Bam. This is all you need, bro. If you need wider, then check out the 10 to 18. That's this lens right here. I own both of these lenses. Both of them are really good. I use my 10 to 8, my 18 to 50 more. Excuse me, 18 to 50 more. It's okay, no worries. No worries, bro. Over on the Sony world, what kind of cameras do you guys currently have? What cameras are you currently using? Is it Sony? Is it Canon? Is it Nikon or Fuji? He is recommending my equipment. Bro, Wondertoff. This kid, bro, have you know one lens that I don't know if you have this one, bro? This is my favorite lens of all time. This bad boy right here, dude. The 17 to 40. This is my everyday carry. Oh, my lights are real dark. Hold on. This right here is my EDC. R50V, go figure, right? R50V with the 17 to 40, f1.8, bro. Yeah. Another Sigma lens, dude. I have some videos on TikTok. I need to work on consistency, and I'm working on coaching program. I would say go over to YouTube, Nina. Start making long form videos on YouTube and do them there. And you're gonna see that work really pay off. In tandem, do it in tandem with the way that I look at it is that I try my best to create YouTube at the top of the funnel. And then from a long form YouTube video, I try to distill topics out of it into short form content. So the funnel kind of goes like this, right? So I make a long form YouTube video, I try, and then from there I pull shorts and TikToks out of. But I start with the YouTube video in mind first. And then from there, I give out as much information as I can for free, right? Via the social media, the TikTok, the Instagrams, all that stuff, YouTube included. And then just try to reach people. Nah, I don't got it. I think it's too big for my hands. It's pretty. I mean, it is a big lens, but she's nice though. 18 to 50 is perfect though. Gotcha. Thank you. Who can do the editing for me? You can do it. You can do the editing, Nino. It's super simple, dude. Super simple. Do you have a powerful enough computer that can run OBS? OBS is a must because that'll capture your editing, your editing software, Lightroom, and your face at the same time. And then you can just hit record on that and then just go. And you'll only get better over time. I should make my 17-year-old do something. Yeah, he could do something. Yeah, you have a powerful enough machine that can handle OBS. But I would get, do you have OBS? Do you know what OBS is? It's free. OBS stands for Open Broadcast Software. It's what I'm using right now to change all my scenes. And like I can actually record all of this right now and then just take it, clean it up in the edit, and then post it as a video. But I post my videos, my VODs, video on demand, just as is with no editing. Bro, I saw a Nikon 32 for 170 euro with 2 Nikkor lenses secondhand. Of course, I just begun with photography. Do I take it for practice? Is that 170 euro? Anything under 400 euros, bro, just buy it, man. Just check it out. Yeah, just check it out. Yeah, OBS is pretty good, Nina. So OBS super easy. You can use a webcam. You don't have to use a fancy camera, you know. Just use a webcam. And then if you like it, you know, it might turn out that you don't like it. But teaching and coaching programs, all that stuff, dude, are so cool, dude. So cool. All right, y'all, I am about to bounce. My time is up for the day. For you guys, Nina, thank you so much for hanging out. Julia, God bless you. As always, Saeed, thank you for joining. Over in the YouTube world, if you haven't followed already, please consider doing so. If you haven't subbed already, please consider doing so. TikTok, if you're not following, now is your opportunity to do so. I'm going to be back live later on tonight. And that is all that I have. I'm going to go get some breakfast before I got to start work. Toodles.